from the government, and we're here to help. So today I had the joy to go over to meet with some town inspectors to check out a seller's property. We're under contract, and we're going to go and find out if there's anything that they're citing on the home that has to be repaired before they're willing to issue a certificate of compliance so that the property can actually be sold and transferred. Different townships in our area require these inspections. Most notably, Amherst, Tonawanda, Grand Island now has a new one actually, in addition to now assessing people more money. You've got a couple in Wheatfield, Pendleton. Really, I've seen that they're growing more and more in popularity. A lot of it is we have an older sewer infrastructure, and they want to go and make sure that the sanitary sewer and the stormwater sewer are not merged together and overflowing the system, leading to backups in people's basements. It's a pain in the rear, I get it, but having sewage in your basement is also not fun either. So they're trying to make sure that they can have these things take place and make adjustments when necessary, usually to plumbing systems when you go to sell your home. So one of the pro tips I want to throw out there today is, particularly if you live in the town of Amherst in a home built prior to 1965, you might want to go and get your home inspected before you even go and consider putting it for sale. The reason that I say this is the fact that I have ran into situations where homeowners, had they known they were going to have to invest literally thousands of dollars to go and rectify what the town wanted to see them rectify, would have contemplated whether or not they were going to sell their home based upon what they're going to walk away with now due to plumbing expenses they had to do as part of the closing process. Now, why I'm singling out town of Amherst on this specifically is because their compliance certificates are a little bit different. Once you actually go and have the certificate approved on that home, it stays with it for the lifetime of the property. Most other townships will have 2-month, 6-month, etc. type certificates of compliance on there. You have to retest next time, usually when you go to sell it. Amherst is different in this regard. I will say, in my experience with them, they're also probably one of the more challenging ones to go and deal with. There are certain things that they're looking for. I have ideas about what I've seen cited before on homes. I have suggested to people perhaps looking into this before going and having the town come over. But they're coming into a great degree of scrutiny now, particularly if they're going and seeing what looks like newer work done and performed on the property, but they don't see any evidence of permits having been pulled for that newer, fresher work. So let's give you some examples. If you've got downspouts on your home, and once again, this is only for properties that were built prior to 1965 in the town of Amherst that this applies. If you got downspouts coming out of your home and they're going into a receiver in the ground that's going diverting it into some kind of drain for the town system, if those are cast iron, there's a very good chance that those might be going into the sanitary sewer. I've been in situations where the town saw a singular receiver open, and even though all 8 other downspouts were pouring out onto the person's property, which was fine, it wasn't, going into the sanitary sewer system, they required that all 8 of the downspouts be reconnected and tied into a full bubbler system, leading to the owner having to go and tear up their entire yard, install a whole new system for a bubbler for every single one of the downspouts in and around the property, just because they saw a singular cast iron one. So that's obviously an issue. They're going to look into your sump pumps, making sure those are discharging correctly. They're going to look into your basement floor drain to make sure that's not connected to the sanitary sewer. They're going to want to see that if it is plugged, concreted over, etc. So there's a number of things that they're looking into during these inspections, and the main reason why it's a good idea to do it in advance is that way you're going to know what you're walking yourself into. I've got this little friend in the back seat of mine. Sometimes we find that these situations kill deals. So you don't want to go and get some excited buyer wanting to purchase your home, you getting excited about moving on to a new property, that all of a sudden you're running into this very large expense that no one disclosed to you up front you're going to run into. So as always, make sure if you're going to buy or sell a home, you're using a licensed professional who knows what they're doing, who's been through this process before, can guide you well with expert advice along the entire way, doesn't care about just earning a commission for themselves, but actually cares about you as a person and looks out for your financial well-being by giving you full disclosures, full sets of information up front. Any information that you want on this further, feel free to reach out to me. I'll have my contact information in the chat, and look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks. Bye.